Did you know that you may be cutting off the wrong fruit and not even know it? Not all fruit trees grow the same way. Some need last year's wood to produce fruit, then some need this year's wood to produce fruit. And if you prune at the wrong time and at the wrong place, you could be reducing your harvest big time. This is my Texas blue giant fig. This is the old growth right here where my thumb is at. Old growth coming from the main body of the tree, and new growth where it's bendable and flexible. The Texas blue giant is growing on this year's wood. And here's another cluster of them. This is my Galaxy peach. This peach tree in particular, the growth is coming from last year's wood. You can't bend it, and obviously it's hard, it's woody. So whenever you prune your trees, if you have a peach tree like this and you mistakenly prune it and you prune so many branches off the hardwood, you could be possibly killing off your harvest. Here's my gelato red mulberry growing on last year's wood. This is my Hosui pear planted in the ground. The fruit grew on this year's wood. This is my Anna apple that I grafted onto my Hosui pear, and it looked budding on this year's wood. This is a 2-year-old graft. And this is the first time that it's budded and flowered like this. To see if it can pollinate itself and grow a fruit, we'll see. This is my Genea fig, and it's been in the ground for about 2 years now. And this one is growing on new growth. There's my Pear Persimmon, and it's been in the ground for about 2 years, and I got my netting protected it from all the wind. Pear Persimmon grows on this year's wood. See how it's flexible? This is the Spanish sweet pomegranate forming on last year's wood. My hemrod grapes grow on this year's wood. See the flexibility, see how flexible the vine is? So the hemrod grows on this year's wood. Because look, this is the hardwood right here. That are growing on last year's wood, and then some of the fruit that are growing on this year's wood. And why does that make a difference? On a branch you have many nodes on there, but if you start pruning those nodes down where all the fruit and leaves grow, then you're only going to have a couple of nodes left on your branches to form your fruit. Not all nodes will form fruit. You got to be wary of that. Every node will grow something, but it's not a guarantee that it will grow fruit. A lot of the fruit trees, you have to understand the growth pattern. Now, many of them have chill hour requirements to grow in certain areas, like say our zone, versus a zone up north, like say 2 or 3A in like New York or Canada. A bunch of those fruit trees up there will not grow down here in our area. You need to understand that. There are chill hours that a lot of these fruit trees are required to have. The ones I have very minimal low chill hours, like 200 or 300 chill hours. But for now, just understand that what I have growing in my backyard, I know for a fact takes the freeze and takes the heat. It's enough coldness during the freeze that my fruit trees will bud and grow. Like my peaches and my pears, the apples, those have chill hour requirements, and if you don't meet them, you may not have no buds, flowers, or fruit growing at all because it didn't meet the chill hour requirement. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll give you an update later on the progress of my fruit. I'm going to be doing more videos on my fruit trees. There's just so many things that we could talk about, and I want to share my knowledge with you. All right, first on out.